Hello and welcome to today's video, which is about named ranges. So if we look at the spreadsheet here, in column A we have a list of student names, in B we have their marks, and in C we have their percentage. So named ranges, exactly like the name suggests, you can give a name to either a single cell or to a selection. So let's just do it for a single cell first. If I go down to the bottom here of my spreadsheet, you can see I have total possible marks 55. So I'm going to make the 55 single cell a named range. And to do that, I go up to this area, just below the file menu and above the column headings ABC. And I highlight what's in there, and I have to give it a name. So I'm going to say, let's just call it possible marks. One thing about this is, firstly, you've got to start with a letter. It will take some characters, but not many. And it also all has to be one word. So you can do what I'm doing now, which is put a underscore in to make the division between the words, or you can just forget about the space between them. Okay, so I've put in possible total there and enter. If I click away and then go back to the arrow here, you can see it's there. Right, so that's doing it for one cell. Let's do it for a range of cells. So I'm going to do it for the cells in column B here. So starting with B3, the marks, and we'll stop there. And this time, I'm just going to call it marks. And enter. And now I have marks and possible total in there. Now, if we go to C3 here, you can see, in fact, what is happening is that it's being divided by C37. So if we go down the list here, everyone is being divided by C37. C37 is the total possible marks. Row 37C. So what is happening here is each person, so the first student got 51 out of the total possible, second one got 48, and so on. So at the moment, when you look at that formula in there, in C3, it's not very intuitive. It doesn't mean very much. So what we can do about it is we can highlight in the bar here the bit we want to replace with a name. So we can highlight everything after the forward slash. We can go to use in formula and click on possible total, and you can see it has put possible total in there. Let's just go enter. And now this is a lot more intuitive. You can see that what's happened is it's taken B3 and it's divided by the possible total. It's in relatively simple English compared with the way it looked before. So now we're going to look at how to use named ranges in formulas. So we're going to look at how to put it into an average formula, a max formula, and a min formula. First, we're going to create another named range for the percentages. And we're just going to call this percent. I find it pays not to make these too long. You want them to be easily understood, but because sometimes you have to type them, you don't want it to be too long. So enter, and we'll just check it's there. And yes, okay. So for the average, we're going to type in here equals average, open bracket, and we're going to start typing percent. And you can see as soon as we do that, we have a drop-down list here. I can just click on percent and close brackets, and we're done. Same with max equals max, open brackets, P, and then double click on percent, close brackets, and there it is. And min, same kind of thing, obviously, equals min, open brackets, P, and percent, close bracket. So it can be quite a quick way to get a range into your formula. It's quicker than having to highlight the whole range. If you've got a very big range, that could be a pain. If you are sharing your workbook with colleagues, it helps them to understand what you're doing, because when they look at the formula, it is more in simple English. Now, one thing you can't do, as soon as you go to equals, so I've just put equals into I7, you can see up here, what we have in here now is a whole lot of formulas. So you can't just go there and click on percentage. So what about if we go to FX? So let's go to FX and let's say average. So can I type percent in here? And yes, you can see here it's putting the numbers in, and we've got a formula result down here. So in fact, I need to format this, so format it as a percentage, and the answer 71 is the same as we got before. So it can be helpful if you're using FX. You can use these named ranges to drop them into your formula. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. See you next time.